Believe it or not, when Shazam was first released, I didn't watch it. Not because I thought I wouldn't like it, rather because there were other movies coming out near the same time that I was far more interested in seeing. But now, I have finally watched Shazam. And honestly, I don't understand all the praise this movie is getting. I just think it's extremely overrated. And in this review, I will be telling you guys exactly why I think that's the case. Now, I just have to say that there are a few things I did like about this movie, so I'm going to go ahead and list those off right now. For starters, I really liked Zachary Levi as the superhero character. Yeah, he doesn't exactly have a name in this movie, so we're just going to call him Shazam, even though his real name should be Captain Marvel. So yeah, he just did a really good job at playing a kid trapped inside an adult superhero's body. He also had really good chemistry with the best friend character, who I also really enjoyed, especially compared to most child actors nowadays. He really did a good job in this movie, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him in more stuff. Alright, now let's move on to the things I didn't like. One part of this movie that I found incredibly dumb was the fact that out of everyone in the world, Billy Batson was the only one that had a pure enough heart to get the Shazam powers. There are multiple scenes that prove that he is unworthy for this position. And not just that, this movie takes place in the DC Extended Universe. I'm sure that there are many other far better candidates to get the Shazam powers. One thing I found incredibly bland about this movie was its effects/cinematography/color scheme. Most of the time, it felt like I was watching a cheap superhero TV show rather than a far more expensively made superhero movie. I also didn't like the performance the actor gave for Billy Batson. I found it extremely dull, and he felt like an entirely separate character from Shazam. Most of the time, Billy Batson acted a lot more calm and relaxed, but when he turned into Shazam, all of a sudden he was extremely high energy. They just didn't feel like the same character. Even though they are indeed supposed to be the same character. Now remember earlier how I said the actor who played the best friend character's name is Freddy, by the way. Remember how I said he was like a good child actor? Yeah, I can't say the same thing about every other child actor in this movie, and that includes Billy Batson, because like I said, his performance was really dull, and yeah, the same thing goes for every other child actor as well. Another thing I'd like to mention was this movie's villain, Dr. Savannah. He was extremely generic. Just think of the most generic supervillain you could ever possibly think of, and yeah, that's Dr. Savannah. He literally has the same powers as the hero. That's one of the most generic superhero tropes ever made. Alright, so the last thing I would like to mention is this one specific scene that really bothered me. It was the scene where Billy Batson finally finds his mom, since throughout this whole movie he was trying to find his mom. So yeah, he finally found her, and she just seemed oddly chill about the whole situation. It didn't really seem like she really cared. Now, you could argue that that was the point, since if you watch the movie, you'd understand that she didn't really care too much about him. But even if that's the case, I would expect her to give a much better reaction than the one she gave. Alright, I think that wraps it up. Those were my somewhat brief thoughts on Shazam. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the flip side.